Hello and welcome. My name is Lorrayne Ham, and this is Living Your Best Life, the channel for starseeds, light workers, and all on the ascension path looking for guidance and inspiration. Today we're talking about what is 5D, and I've talked about this before, but I'm going to give you 5 signs that you may already be experiencing 5D and some inspiration around that. So before I get started, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It helps more people get access to the information. If you haven't already, down below there's a link that will give you access to a free PDF on forgiveness. And forgiveness is critical and a crucial component as we move into 5D because we can't carry any baggage with us as we're on the path. Our frequencies can't carry lower frequency energies. So let's talk about what 5D is, and then we'll get into the 5 signs you may already be there. So 5D, it is a dimensional, we live in an energetic dimensional reality. A multiverse, meaning that there are different frequencies or bandwidths by which we humans as creator beings exist. So it's like layers. Or consider it like a deck of cards. I actually had this experience in my own spiritual awakening where I saw all the dimensional realities, all the multiverses spread out in front of me like a deck of cards, and each one of those cards was a living experience. I could focus on and go into and see and experience what was going on. Now, in these frequency bands, some things are accessible to the beings within that frequency band and other things aren't. Currently, we are, as a collective here on planet Earth, because she is ascending, she is rising in frequency. And as we rise in frequency, more expanded reality becomes available to us. So in 3D, and I'm not talking about 3D as in what the standard scientific meaning of 3D is, meaning that an object is no longer flat like a piece of paper, but takes on a form or a full fleshed out form, shape. I'm talking frequency elevation. We are moving from a 3D experience, and each energetic experience holds certain frequency signatures. 3D is duality. It's right, wrong, him, her, good, bad. These are 3D concepts. Now, 4D is a sort of a, as it's been described in my own personal experience of it, it's a narrower band of energy that sort of bleeds into 3D and into 5D, and it is sort of the frequency band of sorting it out and finally moving through. It's where the extremes of reality show themselves. So as consciousnesses, we creator beings can recognize where we are stuck, and we can extract ourselves out from the stuckness. So we are in that 4D transition to 5D as a whole collective of humanity here on planet Earth. Planet Earth is a consciousness, and she is ascending whether we choose to or not. And here's the thing. We are so locked into these physical bodies, the idea of being in a physical body, and they're just vehicles by which we've chosen as creator beings to come down and have tangible, touchable experiences. We as creator beings, we are fun-loving, expansion, that isn't the word I want. Expanding, fun-loving, expanding creator beings. We are expanding consciousness further and further. We're pushing on the edge of realities and playing within the fields. This is what, gives us joy and kicks our butts and causes us to expand and want more. So we, as creator beings from the greater consciousness, make choices based on nudges that we receive. So none of us here are victims of circumstance. Not a single one of us. Every single one of us has chosen experiences from the greater mind of fun-loving, creative consciousness. We wanted to experience more. We wanted to expand further than ever before. We wanted to push the edges and see what was possible. So here we are. We're in the 3D, 4D as a collective consciousness, but a huge number of us have moved into 5D, and we may not even know we've been there. And not everyone. There is a percentage of us who have moved into the 5D and are remaining there most of the time. So, how do I explain this? So, as we are shifting in dimensional realities, how do we know we've gotten there? How do we understand what is 5D from where we're at? There's a misconception that one day we're going to go to sleep and all of a sudden we're going to be flipped into the extreme 5D, which is the crystalline consciousness matrix. That isn't how this process is happening. And that probably was how things happened before. Humanity, Earth's human population, has chosen to a new experience, a new way of doing this process that has never been done before. We are choosing to ascend while conscious and in physical form. This has never been done before. So we are expanding consciousness even further. This is exciting because everyone here on the planet at this time has chosen to be here, to witness and expand even more. Through our feelings and our sensations and our thoughts, we are creating the very movement that is expanding outward. So we're moving from this 3D, 4D into 5D, and it will look like this. Here's my 5 things. I don't want to forget to get to them because, I do have a tendency to chat. So, number 1, you will begin to notice that you want to eat foods that are lighter, that you're gravitating more towards vegetables and fruits and whole foods. You're moving less and less, finding that you're no longer craving the packaged foods and the manufactured corporate foods. You're gravitating towards those foods that are alive. And you begin to feel that frequency in your cells. Your cells are craving those foods. Number 2, so you begin to Let me see. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to write myself notes because I get off track. So you may begin to start seeing flashes of light, and how these appear is it's kind of like they're in the periphery of your vision of your physical eyes, but they really aren't there. They're sort of flashes within your brain that your pineal gland, which is an eye, picks up. So these flashes just pop, and it'll be like almost lightning strikes where that flash happens. And you'll become more and more aware of these as we move further into the frequency and energy band of 5D. The other thing is that you are going to notice that the world around you, no matter where you're at, the colors will become more vivid and more vibrant. It's almost as if they will be glowing from inside. And you'll catch yourself going, wow, I didn't know that color of green was, possible. It's everything will begin to start looking more vibrant, and you'll find yourself questioning yourself. But as you tune in with your heart space and expand your heart out, it will be as if somebody took a brush and enhanced everything around you. It will come alive. The other thing on that same note is that you will notice that flavors and smells will become more intense, more taste. You'll begin to taste the subtle flavors of things, spices and notes of fragrances. Sounds will become more vivid. You'll be able to start picking up individual tones within sounds. Everything will become enhanced. The other thing is that you may find your dreams becoming way more vivid, more action, because most starseeds, lightworkers, and people that have some awakening, and even some that aren't, that are starseeds but haven't awakened to their starseed mission, will start to realize their dreams and remember, and they will be expanded and vivid, and you may find yourself waking up a little tired because you have been exploring 5D in your dream time state. So I think that's 5. I think I covered 5. I may have covered more than 5, but whatever. So the more you can face your days from a point of love, from your heart space, centering in your heart space, meditating more, focusing more on nature, leaving the matrix of 3D behind, meaning stop watching the news, stop diving into social media so much. You'll know if you're spending time around things that uplift you and are positive, and things that bring you down. So anything that brings you down, stop giving it your energy, stop giving it your attention, because the more of us that elevate into 5D consciously, the sooner we get there. And 5D does not have war, conflict, pain, suffering. That is a bleed through that we will experience for a short period of time through the transition. But I'm telling you, 5D is a place of joyful expansion, not from a conflict position, which humanity has been playing with conflict and fear and pain. in 3D and 4D. That was an experiment. We did the experiment. Now we're all ready to move up into this. How can we expand more into joy? What is possible when we open our hearts and send love consciously? These are experiments that we are going to be moving into in this 5D space-time. And what will be available to us, the worlds, the beings, the physical-ish activities that we will be able to perform, there will be limitless possibilities. We will instantly manifest whatever we think of. We will learn to manifest everything that we need. There will be no need for manufacturing because we will manifest instantly. Imagine waking up and saying, gosh, I'd really like to wear, a Tibetan monastery wrap today. And instantly there you are wearing that monastery Tibetan wrap. Or maybe you want to experience what it's like to wear, be a cowboy and, wear gauchos and cowboy boots. Now, these are silly visualizations, but we will be manufacturing from our thought alone everything that is needed to be comfortable in our new 5D world. We will be so immersed in the creative process. Imagine the art and the forms that will come out of creative process. The creative beings that we will experience and interact with, will be so mind expanding that everything that we've gone through till now, all of this that we have looked at from a negative perception, we will begin to look at it from the positive, loving, and more expanded view. All of this was necessary to expand consciousness, to thrust us into 5D, where we become the creators of our world. We recognize what is beneficial and what is not. We recognize how to be kind and harmonious and loving to others and to ourselves. Health and wellness will be instantaneous. There will be no disharmony. This is a world that we, as the creator beings that we are, will fully step into our power. Imagine co-creating as a collective consciousness, connected to our divine intent, harmonizing with one another. This is the world that I live in and want to share with all of you. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you begin to start noticing the synchronicities in your life, the little evidence that you are in 5D, at least experiencing it for moments in time, that you are rising up in your energy and you are expanding consciousness. Thank you for joining me. Till next time, my name is Lorrayne Ham, and this is Living Your Best Life.